is working on setting up triangles and omoplatas today, but we're gonna work on some different guard control and how to control, how to set up within these guard controls. We're gonna do one from the knees and then one from the feet. So we're gonna start from the knees. Can you have your coach do? We're gonna be working on just how to set up my spider and my lasso. So it's a good guard to work with that helps me to control, slow down my partner, and then I'm going to have my opportunity to set up my submissions from there. So I'm going to start here with my feet on the hips. This is kind of like a short spider, and I'm going to always have my legs inside. So kind of rule of thumb when I'm playing guard is if I'm on the inside, I have the control. If my partner goes and they have their hands inside me, they have more control. So sometimes this does happen. So here, I do want to like post and switch so that I'm on the inside here. I'm going to have my 4-finger spider grip, and then I'm going to choose my side. So I'm going to step on the bicep here, and when I step, now I need to create a good angle, and I'm going to straighten the legs to have a lot of tension. This is what gives me a lot of control. So I step, and I hip escape on my partner. So you notice here I was on my back, now I'm on my one hip, and I'm posting, the other leg is straight, and we're gonna work on our lasso right now. So instead of going straight to the bicep, I'm gonna go under the arm, over the arm, and I'm gonna make a hook right here, okay? So now I'm just gonna work on my mobility, going side to side. I'm gonna undo the hook, so now I undo everything. I'm going to go back to the bicep, and I'm going to switch sides. So when I switch, I'm going to step, and I rotate all the way to the other side. Now I'm going to be able to do the lasso this side. So I go under, over, make the hook. And then one thing here too is I don't want to have my arms super stretched. I want this to come in nice and tight. So I pull, think that I'm going to connect my elbow to my hip, and then my palm is going to face the ceiling. I'm going to unravel, switch, push and pull, going side to side, working the spider and lasso. That way I have a good productive guard. Let's try it, guys. Ready, 1, 2. Okay.
Don't just look your shoulder.
So here, when I have this spider and the lasso, it makes it more difficult for him to move. So this is just a really good control. And going back and forth here, so this movement of like unraveling, lasso, it kind of like keeps him on his toes, right? It's like this motion, I like to call it drilling. And the more that you allow your guard to settle, the more you allow the person on the top to settle and start setting up correct grips to be able to pass. The more I'm able to tip and off balance and change everything, it just kind of keeps them guessing. So we're going to do this drill a few times. So you're going to go back and forth, working on my control. And then when I'm ready, first submission I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a triangle. So I'm going to undo my lasso, and I'm going to post on my partner's hip here. Okay? So once I'm here and I'm posting, because I know I want to do a triangle, I'm going to try to grab it without having to fix it a lot. So one detail is that the arm, I'm pulling and I want to move it kind of across my body, as opposed to just kind of like letting it be here or maybe pulling this direction. So I'm just trying to direct the arm to the correct place. So I'm here, I'm going to bridge on top of my partner. So the one that's stepping on his hip and the one on the bicep right now, that helps me to bridge. I'm pulling him in, but then also my hip is going to go forward into him. The one that's on the bicep, I'm going to turn the corner, and I'm going to create a good angle here, okay? And once I go, my other leg, I'm just going to bring it on top. I'm going to bring my heel down like a lever, and you see here it's already tapping. And I didn't have to fix anything because I created all the angle as I was doing the setup, okay? So one thing that is important when I go, I'm trying to bite the neck very good. So this is what's gonna choke him. I wanna get a good bite. And one thing that I'm seeing a lot is that when people come and they have the bite, their legs are kind of more like this, maybe relaxed. There's a lot of shoulder here, but then they also are having a difficult time to close, and it has to do with this leg. So if you pay attention, the way my leg is right now, I'm on his back a lot. So think when you do the bite, the angle of this leg is that I want to be here, like very on his neck. And you can see now it's easy to be able to lock. Everything is very tight. So as opposed to being here and like diagonal and my calf is on his back a lot, think that the calf wants to bite on the back of the neck, okay? So we're gonna be here, have my spider, lasso, I'm gonna go back and forth a few times, then I'm gonna come, I step, bridge, so the one that's on the spider also, I'm bridging, stepping on him, think like you're putting pressure on your gas pedal in your car, find this good bite, and then squeeze everything to finish your triangle. Let's try, guys. Ready on two. Anytime you have somebody bigger than you, it's just not the best idea to triangle them. So I'm going to give the example of Professor Derek over here. I will never in my life want to triangle him because I know he's going to smash me. He knows how to defend it well, and then he's bigger on the top, so harder to close the legs around him, and has the weight, so I get smashed, okay? Sorry, Professor Derek. But Omoplata is a great technique for everybody. It doesn't matter your body type, and it doesn't matter who you do it to. So I will do omoplatas to Professor Derek because I can go on the side, and then he mechanically isn't able to smash me the same. So just kind of rule of thumb for yourself too. Do I want to do a triangle on the person, or I want to do an omoplata? Omoplata is always kind of the safer option to go. So we're going to do the same setup. So we're using this spider and this lasso, moving side to side, and now I'm going to do omoplata. So remember, when I was doing my triangle, I stepped, and I was moving the arm directing where I wanted it to go. So when I have my lasso, the arm is kind of already for the omoplata where I want it. So I'm able to undo my lasso, and now I'm just going to pull the arm a little bit farther into my pocket. So just stretch him, because the omoplata, remember, I'm punching the arm kind of backwards here. So just pull this into my pocket, and now I'm going to keep the tension with my spider, and I'm going to come here. So I bring my hip in, and I'm going to pinch my knees together. And this is just a really good control point for me that I'm able to see, am I able to control well here? And the way that you know you're able to control well is whether your partner is able to come back into your guard. So try to face me, Coquille. So you can see that here, the way that I'm pinching the knees and I still have the step on the spider, he's stuck, okay? If I relax everything a little bit, he's able to come back. So this is a good thing just to learn how to control that I'm here and here. Now I'm going to bring the leg on the back over the head. So I'm going to step on the floor, and once I step on the floor, now I know I can release the other side. So I'm going to release that grip, and I'm going to start to pull myself out, stretch, bring the leg, and come here. So omoplata, I like to think of it like opposite parallels. My feet are by his head, my head by the feet. I'm belly up, he's belly down. And one thing that's important is that my hip is very flat right now. So I'm not on one side or the other, I'm nice and square. So as I was stretching, I do need to fix my hands. So I'm gonna come, I'm gonna feed to the other sleeve, and this one I'm gonna control here. I can control on the gi. Always the best is gonna be to grab the fingers inside of the pant here. And we're gonna finish the submission. Right now I do have a variety of sweeps I can do, but we're gonna finish the submission. So I'm gonna take the leg that's close on to my partner's body, and I'm gonna use it like a pendulum to put a lot of pressure, and I'm gonna sit up here. For right now, I know sometimes you feel like you're fighting the omoplata, you wanna stay up. That of course is the correct thing that you do wanna do if you're really in this position. But for right now, just go belly down so that we're able to work on this submission. So once I sit up, I'm gonna bend my legs to the outside. This helps me to keep the arm. This one I'm gonna go through, and I'm gonna go into his armpit area. I'm gonna connect with a gable grip. And now this is really important for the mechanics to finish the omoplata. My hip is gonna come off of the floor, but my head is gonna come close to my partner. So I'm not going over, I'm not going forward, I'm going on a diagonal, but as I come up, I also wanna move my head down. And this is what has the push and pull effect on the arm, okay? So the hip is coming up, but then my own head is also coming down. I like to remember this like I want to whisper a secret. So think that my mouth is going close to my partner's ear. So we're going to start here. Spider, lasso, side to side. When I go for the omoplata, I'm going to undo my lasso, pull, stretch. Step over, let go, fix myself, put pressure, sit up, bend the legs, gable grip, bringing myself up to engage the arm. Let's try, guys. Ready, 1, 2. Nice, yeah, you want to be completely sitting. Perfect. So over here. Now I'm going to bend my legs away. Yep. Over. Once I step over, now I can let go.
Yeah, no, I do that with like arm throwers or some people's shoulders. It's really so bad.
Okay.
So I try to set
We're working from our knees, and we're utilizing a spider lasso control to set up decisions on the knees. Now we're gonna do the same, but the person's gonna be on their feet. And the thing that happens when they're on their feet, so on the knees, you just can't move so well. But on the feet, because I'm controlling only the top here, and my feet are stepping on the arms, the legs, and the hips are very free for him to move around a lot. And one thing that is common that happens is that the one that has the spider, he can grab my pant and he can do, it's called like a side pass. So he comes, he hits, he's gonna go, and sometimes I lose everything, right? I lose my guard. So we're gonna work on a transition in the guards for when this happens, okay? So this is the same thing that we were doing on the knees. Now my partner's just on their feet. And one indication I have to be very aware of is when they grab my pants. I know that maybe this is coming because the legs are able to create the angle. So when I feel this coming, I'm gonna kind of move myself, but you see, instead of letting him get too far, that he moves my foot this way, I'm gonna move it for him, and I'm gonna go to the hip, okay? So I'm here, I'm gonna move to the hip here, and now I can let go of this sleeve. I'm gonna stretch, and I'm gonna come here to the collar, and I'm gonna step my foot from the lasso here on the bicep, okay? So I have a different angle. This is called a collar sleeve guard now. Same open guard, but now I also move the foot from the bicep to the hip, so I have some control on the leg movement, okay? So now if he walks around a little bit, and kind of more connected with him than when my legs were only on the top half. Okay, so the drill's gonna look like this. So I switched, I did collar sleeve. Now I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna grab the sleeve again. I'm gonna punch, and I'm gonna create my lasso here. And now I can play around that I either have a deep lasso or I can do a lasso that I'm gonna step. And kind of the difference between these, if I have a deeper lasso, this gives me a lot of like tension, push and pull. And when I step this, try to come close to me, I'm able to really push him away. And I like to use the one where I step on them when the person is bigger or heavier than me, because I don't like them to get so close and smash me. Harder for me to control sometimes when I let them come here. If they have a little extra weight, sometimes they can really smash and wear on the leg. So it's kind of, for me, the difference between if I'm here or if I'm here. So we're gonna, you guys can play that I'm here or here, okay? Person's gonna grab the pant, and when they go, that I feel I need to remove, I'm gonna step on the hip, and I'm gonna stretch. Now I'm gonna switch to the collar, and I'm gonna push and create a different angle here, okay? So now, once I create the angle, I'm gonna go back here, I'm gonna create, and he's gonna go again. So he starts to move, step, stretch, push, pull, grab, I'm here, he's moving, I need to step, stretch, push, pull. So I'm gonna work on my angles and changing the grips a little bit. Play around, guys, do your best, I'll be around to help. Ready, 1, 2. So we're gonna show it again, but we're gonna set up our submissions with this control. So here, remember I'm using spider, and then the other one you can play that I either have the hook or I can step. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna step, just because I feel it's a little bit easier to see like where the foot will go. And here, remember the spider, this is the side that he always has this kind of a side pass. So he comes, he grabs the pants, he goes, and he removes the legs. And if I don't do anything, I lose my guard. So when I feel this coming, I'm gonna move it. Okay, so without like making the person on the top move a lot right now, we're just grab the pants, spider side, we're gonna change spider, hip. Whichever side that I'm stepping now, that I moved spider to the hip, that's the side that I'm gonna change to the collar sleeve. So hopefully that helps, because I know sometimes you're getting like confused which side to change to grab. So whichever side is on the hip, I'm keeping the sleeve, and I'm gonna keep the collar, okay? And now this one, that's why I said we're gonna do, instead of doing the hook, I'm gonna use the step. So I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna step, I'm gonna stretch myself, and now we're gonna go first omoplata. Okay, so I stretch myself this way, and now I have the omoplata control. And one of the things that I like a lot with the omoplata with the collar is the collar helps me that I'm able to push him away now. Okay, so we're coming to the same punch, but now I'm gonna use the collar, I'm gonna push him away. Same thing, once the leg comes over the head, now I can let go of the collar. So think that before I had the sleeve, now I have this collar, leg comes over, I can let go, I'm gonna start to stretch, and I'm here. Kick, put the pressure, that pressure is what helps to make him flat too. Bend, I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna finish my omoplata. So I'm gonna be here, I have this control, maybe I feel that this is gonna move, so I come here. Grab, change my angle, so you can see already I move the arm to the pocket, pinching, step, coming in to finish the omoplata. Let's try it, guys. Ready, 1, 2. But now we're gonna do the triangle. So I'm here, I have my spider lasso, I feel this grab of the pants, I'm gonna change, step on the hip, grab, and now I have a triangle here, okay? So when I went omoplata, I move my hip this side, guiding into the pocket. But now, before I go here, I'm gonna shoot the triangle. So I'm gonna be pulling the arm across, and because he's on the feet, he is very far to me. So this is really important that I really need to elevate my hip, and I need to snatch him. So I'm elevating my hip to him, but I'm also using this, and I'm really pulling him into me. So I'm gonna be here, I'm posting, and I'm gonna come here. So same thing, now I have the bite, I'm coming, I'm gonna bite, and I'm gonna come here to finish my triangle. So I'm gonna be here, here, move, stretch. So now I'm gonna be here. So same thing I did from the knees, now they're just a little farther, and we have the collar safe. Let's do a couple minutes. Ready, 1, 2.